Hey everyone, Thom Pirone here with Pro Coach, and I am so excited to have an opportunity today to introduce you to my friend Rick from Realty Partners. And Rick was kind enough to spend some time with us so we could go through and ask him some questions and benefit from his wisdom and experience in his business, and also talk a little bit about Realty Partners and the cool stuff going on there. So, Rick, when we first started talking about Realty Partners, it confused me a little bit at first. You kept calling it an agent-owned company. I'm used to typical brokerages, and so when you say agent-owned company, what do you mean by that?
Agent owned is the company we own. The agents own 55% of the company. So it's unique in the industry to, one, have the agents own. Usually the brokerage firm or the broker owns the company.
Agents own 55% of the company. Who's calling the shots? Do you feel like you own your own company? Do you have to call other agents? How does that kind of all work together?
Actually, the agents actually they have a vote. Their vote counts. They help with the policies and procedures of everyday business. But we also have a broker that is in charge and responsible for our brokerage business and making sure that our rules and regs are followed.
So how does that work? So you're senior partner, and if I was to join Realty Partners as an agent and start going up the ladder, what kind of benefits are there from that system?
Yeah, we're structured, Realty Partners is structured like a law firm might be structured. Attorney, the more an attorney brings in value to the law firm, the bigger chance of them becoming or climbing up the ladder or becoming a partner. So we have a few categories, but the exciting ones are the top three, which is junior partner, then we have partner, and then we have senior partner. The unique thing about this is you can't get there by your own efforts, so you have to mentor and help other people, agents in your organization, to overcome the challenges to be top producers, so you can go ahead and allow them virtually to just take over your position and you climb the ladder.
So if I'm hearing you right, Realty Partners rewards partnership, rewards mentorship and collaboration. It's not like forming a team where we hope everybody will take part, because if they do, we all share in the commission, but it ends up just being one or two who's actually doing all the work.
Correct.
And this situation, you are actually directly rewarded for that collaboration.
Yes.
So one of the things that I found most interesting is what drew you to Realty Partners. So you said to me when we first met, I'm not going to do real estate forever.
That's right.
And my first thought is, well, there's no retirement in real estate. You either just make a whole lot of money and put it away. There's no pension program.
That's right.
So that's what drew you to Realty Partners. And actually that woman I met the other day said the same thing. I got into this because I plan on retiring through this. So talk to me a little bit about the retirement program through Realty Partners. How's that work?
Well, being 55% owned by its agents, that means at the end of the year when there's profits in the company, that will be dispersed 55% through the agents.
Wow.
But then we have another exciting way to make money, and that's called revenue sharing. Revenue sharing is paid from your virtual teams that we were just speaking about, as they could be anywhere in the state of Florida too, by the way. They don't have to be right here locally in one office. So if I help other teams, and we call them virtual teams because I'm really not responsible for them, but obviously I want them to be successful, because when they see success, then I get a weekly paycheck for the volume that they've generated in the company.
Well, that sounds like being a broker.
Yeah, it does.
So if your team members are growing and selling, regardless of the success you've had that week, you're enjoying that. So what's the bad news in that, right? Anything has its challenges. So what are the kind of the peaks and the valleys that you experience in this model of real estate? Where are the highs and lows of that?
The challenge is having people believe in themselves. I remember having that 100,000 plateau. I was really struggling with that for like 3-4 years in a row. And then all of a sudden, our broker helped me go through that plateau. So it's easier when you have people or mentors helping you.
Absolutely.
Pushing you, just like having a coach.
Yeah. So I actually that type of team mentality is critical, and again, I don't see that in brokerages. I coach a lot of brokerages where people they join it because they think it's going to be an exciting culture, and it may even be an exciting culture. But then they still come to me later on and say, "Hey, I feel alone. I don't feel the support." And it's great when I'm in the office. We got a lot of fun stuff going on, but when it comes to my business, I don't get that momentum. Where your business is completely around that momentum. And you're also helping each other because you're benefiting if the other person experiences that momentum.
Correct.
So I hear you on the phone often with other agents. So are you personally coaching, mentoring, training other people like so many promise to do but don't?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing most of your days?
Well, remember, Tom, as I plan to retire soon, you knew that. But by helping other people become successful, that's why this company works. I'll be able to retire.
Right. So you're not managing people, you're helping them be successful.
Correct.
I think that's the biggest difference I see in this model is that it's not a broker looking to manage, it's other agents looking to support.
Correct.
And that's huge. If you were to list kind of the key resources people get by joining your team, what would be some of those just key? I heard you say already you leverage social media for collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of those types of resources they get?
Yeah. Commissions Inc. is one of our CRMs. It's a customer relations management system, and it has your branded IDX website. It has landing pages. It gives you an opportunity to have drip campaigns. I like this statement: aim small, miss small. So if you wanted to geo target a particular area, you can do that, and it makes your lead generating much easier.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that attracted to me to this is you came and said, I've got this for that. I've got this for this other thing. It seems like you've always got a system or process to leverage. How has that helped you be consistent? I heard you say being consistent is important. What was it like before you had those systems? What was a day in the life? And what does it more of a day in the life feel like now?
Yeah, one thing about the real estate business, I can remember I'm out with a customer and we found a home. They're all excited about it. We might have been out many times and all of a sudden we want to buy this home. They want to make an offer, but now they're worried about multiple offer situations. So we have to hurry up and go put an offer in. And then we have, I have another appointment an hour or so later across
Always.
town. And so how can I go in there and put that offer in and then go and show this other one because this is the one they're telling me. Mm-hmm. And take care of other documents, having a virtual office, having paperless office, having a system down. It really works well. Having even on G Suite, having a calendar that you can be notified when your appointment's about over or your appointment's about ready to begin. It's just this world that has all the technology, and the tools. We just have to embrace it, make ourselves use it.
Very few agents that I know are able to handle more than 4 transactions a month. Yeah. But almost all of them goal between 4 and 10 that they think one day they'll arrive. A lot of them arrive between 2 and 4 and they experience burnout.
Yeah, what I found out, Tom, is a lot of people are doing $8 to $20 an hour task or jobs. Mm-hmm. And with this business, when you have a mentor and a coach, you've helped me organize my time better. But also, you got to learn that you need to have a transaction coordinator mm-hmm. to take care of your transactions. That could free you up 10 to 15 hours per transaction. Mm-hmm. That will give you time to help you lead generate. And there's a lot of little things like that add up to quite a few hours. So we all have, if you're working 40 hours a week, 50, let's say 50 weeks a year, because hopefully you get a chance to take 2 weeks vacation anyway. So if you divide that into, let's say you want to make $100,000 a year in revenue, then your time is worth $50 an hour. Mm-hmm. If I'm at $14 an hour doing $14 an hour tasks, I'm only going to be making about $28,000 a year. Mm-hmm. At $20 an hour tasks, I'm going to make $40,000 a year. You don't have time. That's what your cost is. You don't have your time down. So right. You need to take a percentage of your monies that you bring in revenue and reinvest it in your business.
Absolutely. And you know, I think that one of the reasons that doesn't happen is fear. When you consider investing in the business, you get a little apprehensive because, well, I don't know if I want to pour this money in. I don't know if I have cash flows next month.
Right.
But the key to cash flows is doing the $100 an hour task. It's doing the $200 an hour task. It's leveraging your unique ability to make money. And that's
Absolutely.
how we get burnt out. And so what I have found, just as a coach in general, and other coaches say the same thing, is we really need to think who, not how. So Dan Sullivan of Strategic Coach has made that line famous of thinking who should I be working with, not just how. And what he really means by that is you get to a point where you really can't work any harder to make more money. You might be able to make a little bit of a smarter calendar adjustment. You might have a little bit more hustle, but most entrepreneurs are their own worst enemy. The ditch on the other side of that road is you can't necessarily just spend money to make money. So agents are known for that. Well, I'll just go throw $5,000 a month or $500 a month on advertising, and it's just going to pour in. It's not necessarily that easy either. What we got to do is work smarter, have a system that works for us where we're doing our unique capability, and rightly leverage our money for a return. How long has it taken you to figure that out? How much money and time has that taken you to figure out?
All I can tell you is joining Realty Partners has been a life-changing event for me, and it's all the systems that we have in place, and we may be replacing them with new technology as they come, but being virtual and not having the brick and mortar allows us to move, you know, faster. Basically, I like to say, like on a dime, if something changes, we're there, we're ready to make that change. And so we hope that you see something here that you're excited about and want to contact us and you know, talk with us further about Realty Partners.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Rick. So what Rick doesn't know is that I talked to his transaction coordinator just a few weeks back, and she said, Rick's probably going to be too busy to meet with you. We've got 10 transactions in front of us. And I know he's also coaching and helping out the people that are on his team. But the fact of the matter is we still met together because Rick has a system. And sure, he feels that load of 10 transactions, who wouldn't? But not at all like my other agents I coach. It's a really cool system. I would say not for everyone, but definitely for people who want a team environment to grow and succeed with some predictability and be surrounded by people in the process that they can help mentor and grow as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Rick. I appreciate it.